So, mail call. Before we get into it. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. Bricklink. It's a place to go to get bricks that you need easily. The specific bricks and the quantities that you want. Bricklink.com. What's brickbay.com? That's how old I am. I remember when it was Brickbay. I've never been a hugely prolific user of Bricklink, but I have ordered thousands of parts, and I've gone through my wing plates and the slopes and the trans panels that I've used over the years to build my towers and stuff. So I have used Bricklink. I'm not an expert on it. I remember when it was being developed and they were talking about it on LugNet. This is again way back in the day. In any situation, there are always going to be issues across the board. I've seen Bricklink /Brickbay evolve into what it is today, and I believe it now is owned by the actual Lego company. But that's whatever. That's not part of this conversation. On a specific note, I love Bricklink because it gets me the parts I need very, very quickly. But I do remember a day back in the day, especially on LugNet and on Brickbay and the message forums, where there are going to be those prolific posters that post literally all the time. I will not be excluded from this list of people who are prolific posters. At the peak of LugNet, I was either one or two posting for the year. My friend Larry, my friend John, people on LugNet way back in the day, we did post a lot. I had the top spot a few times. Once in a while, I've always been the top 10. It is what it is. My problem is and has always been, since the dawn of the internet, you have to have a thick skin-ish. And people are going to say stuff that you might disagree with. People are going to say stuff that might set you off. People are going to say stuff to deliberately antagonize you, and people are going to say stuff that was not meant to deliberately antagonize you, but you take it as such, and therefore you're deliberately antagonized. If this is my experience being online since the dawn of the internet, I never have overall taken this stuff personally when I talk to people, complete strangers on the internet. What I find, just reaching for things. Wait. What I do find is the miscommunication. I always liked, again, unlike my YouTube videos, which are not, but I do like to contribute clarity to conversations as I understand them to be. And so what happens is that somebody posts X and other people pile on saying, oh, X, bad X. And I say, you guys misread it or misinterpreted or whatever. Maybe this additional information, or maybe you look at it that way, blah, blah. I'm very good at, I like to think I am anyway, I'm very good at trying to communicate clarity in situations where some people's noses are out of joint, as the old euphemism goes. Their noses are out of the joint. And try to provide some clarity. And so people can just, oh, I'm sorry, mea culpa, and we move on. What happens, though, when the original poster is very, very clear in their original post, very, very clear, it's unambiguous what they were saying, and then people are affronted by it, or people are whatever by it, and the person comes back, oh, wait, I didn't mean it that way, but my point is that your original post was clear. And the example today on Bricklink, it wasn't even on Bricklink, it was on the Facebook page, group's page for Bricklink. Somebody had posted on Bricklink that they were much chagrin and weeping and gnashing of teeth, but very, very upset that somebody had placed an order for 1,000 different parts, 1,000 different lots, and this person worked 5 or 6 hours to pull all these parts together to get them weighed. The thing about Bricklink is that you can do it a variety of ways now that you couldn't before, but this person was still doing it old school, where you pull the parts. Somebody orders it, you get the list, and then you go pick all the pieces and you put them on a weigh scale and you say, this is going to be the shipping charges. And so by the time the person, 5 or 6 hours to pull 1,000 different lots, got it weighed and sent the person an invoice, the person wanted to cancel. The buyer wanted to cancel the order. And so this person was much chagrined. I hate Bricklink. Well, he didn't say that, but because again, I want to be clear about this. He did not say he hated Bricklink, or they hated Bricklink. I don't know if it's a he or she. But they said, what? The specific point, I am upset about this. I spent hours doing this. What can I do? What should I do in this situation? And a lot of people who have been on Bricklink for years, and people who for decades now, had made some really, really helpful suggestions. Because the original poster said, this happened. I had to pull, and the person canceled the order. What should I be doing right now to prevent this from happening again? And people said, oh, okay, well, you could do X, Y, and Z. And the person, I don't want to do X, Y, and Z. I am pissed at this buyer for canceling the order. What can I do? Well, here's some more. And you guys are patronizing, and you guys are not. And he was getting mad at the people who were offering helpful suggestions. Helpful suggestions to set up your Bricklink store properly so this stuff doesn't happen. Lot limits, order limits, approval, pre-approval, and Bricklink does weights now, so you don't have to weight yourself and blah, blah. You can set the whole store up to get your store to, so you don't have to pull all the parts, weigh it before the person gets an invoice to pay for it. You pull the parts after the person's paid. So you don't have to waste 5 or 6 hours pulling 1,000 parts and then somebody cancels the order on you. Bricklink has that. If you place the order, blah, blah. And the guy's, I don't want to do that. I didn't set up the store this way, my ex did. Well, that's not the problem now. You can set up your Bricklink store better. And so there's much back and forth. And all of a sudden, the entire post disappeared off the Facebook groups. And I was in the middle of composing a response to the original poster saying, how can you take affront? How can you take umbrage? How can you be angry at these people who are giving you very, very clear, concise, helpful, not 10 paragraphs long like I always do. Like very, very quick paragraph. Click here, click there. You can change your store so you don't have this problem again, which is what you were complaining about in the first place. And you asked everybody in the page how to fix it. And these people are giving if I had a Bricklink store, that's a perfect thread for me, because I don't sell, by the way. I may at some point, and I'm going, well, this is frustrating. Like, this guy is like, every time somebody put a response there to say, hey, you can change this. Oh, my ex did it this way, and blah, 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 blah. And then, hey, if you want to make it, my page is good enough. And I'm going, well, my store is good enough. Like, if some people, hey, if you want to make your store better, you can do X, Y, and Z very politely. Hey, this is what you can do. Click here, click there. Oh, my page, my store is great. Well, then don't be on here complaining about it. So there's two things. You ask for help. People give you help. Then when you get affronted by the people giving you help, you say, my store is great. Then why the post in the first place? That kind of stuff I have a problem with, because it brings the attitude in. It brings the conflict in, and it brings the lack of clarity. Forget lack of clarity. What did this person want? I'm not a psychologist. I think this person wanted to vent, and I love venting. I vent here. So I literally vent all the time. Ask my friends at work. I vent a lot. But in my venting, I don't ask for solutions. That's me venting, guys. I just need to vent, get it out of me, and I can calm down. My blood pressure comes down, and we move on. But if somebody offered me helpful suggestions, because I'm shaking my fist in the general direction of whatever's bothering me, hey, Dave, perhaps you could look at it this way. I'm not going to jump down their throat, because they're offering a helpful suggestion. Right? And I was like, how can you, the old expression, the old adage, suck and blow at the same time. How can you be mad about something, ask for solutions, get the solutions, and then be mad at the people giving you the solutions, and then escalating your anger towards these things? Zen. Not my rodeo, not my clown, not my circus, not my clown, not whatever. Anyway, mail call. Because I've been actually visiting Bricklink a lot in the past couple weeks. I have right now 7 orders on Bricklink right now. Because I got to the point where you saw me reconstitute 6. And by the way, I'll tell you this, I reconstituted 6 robot command centers the other day, and some pieces were, substituted with white. And as I was putting them back in their storage, I found a 7th. Yes. I can't believe I didn't see it the first time. So anyway, I put in some Bricklink orders for that. I put in some Bricklink orders for trans-red antennas. Because I'm running low. I put in a bunch of Bricklink orders, and so now I'm pleasantly surprised. Yay! I like being surprised now that there's 7 orders out there that I got one like 3 days later in the mail from Germany. I'm going to figure out when I actually ordered this one. My earliest order is April 24th, and today is the 2nd of May. So not like 6-8 days, whatever it is. That's pretty quick to get here from Germany, if that's one of the earliest orders, because I ordered between April 24th and May 1st, as I kept on finding parts and pieces I wanted to order. Because I have some ideas as to what I want to do. I ordered some parts to finish a robot command center. I ordered some pieces to finish this guy over there. and some other parts and pieces that, these doors, which I have 15 left-hand doors, and I need some right-hand doors. And I ordered some of these because, again, I broke 3, but I have a whole bunch that are missing. My friend Jeff will remember this because we actually talked about this. I ordered the big black tires from the Megacore Magnetizer because I had another idea I was going to do that never came to fruition. That's fine. But I have like 12 tires over there for the Megacore Magnetizer, and I already have a Megacore Magnetizer reconstituted, which is the one I bought off the store shelf a million years ago. That's already done. But I said, wait a minute, I have all these tires. I have literally almost all the other pieces, and Jeff goes to me, oh, but you don't have these 2 pieces that are in the Megacore Magnetizer. It only came in the Megacore Magnetizer. And I said, you're right. and a few other pieces that I know I'm missing. So I even put an order in for those, including the trans neon green quarter dome, which I did have a spare, and this is where I'm going with this conversation now, but I gave it to a friend years ago because he wanted to reconstitute one himself. And I said, here you go. You owe me nothing for it. And then I find out that they're $30 in Bricklink. When I ordered mine, because I ordered a replacement now. And my point is, I would rather have given him that one for free years ago and ordered a new one now for $30, whatever I pay for it, than just having it here in the bin for the last 3 or 4 years, sitting there doing nothing until I got around to reconstituting it. So this is working for me, even though I now put out $30. My peace of mind knowing my friend's got his Megacore Magnetizer. I already have a Megacore Magnetizer. I'm going to build a second Megacore Magnetizer. And so I'm at that point now where since I am reconstituting SATs, I'm finding the pieces that I'm missing. I got into a nice conversation on TikTok, surprisingly, because I uploaded my, can you see it? I don't think you can see it. Yeah, because it's on the top shelf. My 853 supercar car chassis, I reconstituted 4 of those recently. I shipped one to a friend. But to reconstitute some of them, I needed the 2x4 plate hinges underneath the seats because one of them didn't come with any. And I said, well, I'm going to order those yellow hinges. And that was about 6 months ago, which was my previous Bricklink order on here. Again, I do not use Bricklink frequently. I use Bricklink occasionally in bulk lots. So I got 6 orders right now. When I get into such a mood, I'm going to order lots of stuff from Bricklink. And then a year will go by or 6 months will go by where I don't order anything for Bricklink because I got enough pieces in here to play with. But I ordered those hinges, those yellow hinges, because I got a million of them red. I got a bunch in black. I definitely have a bunch in gray, and I have some in blue, and even some in white. But I did not have any in yellow, so I ordered 4 from whatever store. I can probably look it up, and they shipped it to me, so I could finish an 853 complete. So as I restore sets, I save up for orders, and then I put them in. And now I'm going to make videos about it. so 15 minutes into this, we're going to open the box, which I have no idea because I haven't looked at those 6 orders to see what, and it's pretty low. So I don't think there's a lot of pieces in here. But then every one of my Bricklink orders wasn't that big, just a bunch of pieces, a few pieces here and there. So you and I, everybody out there in the YouTube world, and me will be surprised by what we find in here. I also sent out parts and pieces to friends lately because it was fun. so this is the give and take I'm doing right now. I am loving this give and take because parts come in, parts go out. I reconstitute some stuff, make a video, and then more stuff goes out. So here we go. Maybe you can see before I do. What's there? Not moving. Doors! I'm happy. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. I love it. This is my first order. Right-handed doors. They better be right-handed. Now I only ordered 10. I did not order 15. Let's see how many we got here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Did I order 15? Let me just see. That'd be one of the oldest ones. I ordered 10. And he sent me 15. I don't know if he's watching my videos because I needed 15. And he sent me 15. That's odd. Because I'm looking at the order right now. I ordered 10. I'm going to have to thank him profusely. This is fantastic. Now I have exactly 15 left-hand doors and 15 right-hand doors. This is bringing Zen, unintended Zen to my world. I hope I didn't order more doors from a different lot. I don't think I did. I was only I didn't want to pay a lot. These things were 0.8 euros a piece. I don't know what that works out to in Canadian dollars. And I ordered 20 of these guys because in blue I have 1 million, black I have 1 million, but gray I ran out. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20. Perfect. So that's a perfect number here of what I ordered. I also ordered from this guy because I just saw them there. 10 trans dark blue visors because I have been restoring some Futuron sets and I have no more visors, and I had a bag with all my visors in them and I don't know where they are. So this is bothering me. Could have fallen behind the shelf. I don't know. They're all in the bag by their own. So that bothers me. And I ordered 10 of those. Yes. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the other ones are perfect. But for these guys, the doors, I only ordered 10 and I have 15. And I needed 15 in total to make my doors symmetrical because I had 15 left-hand doors. So I don't know if he only had 15 in the lot, just gave me the entire bag, or he watches these videos and he says, hey, that Dave guy, he needs 15 altogether, so I'm going to send him 15. Whatever it is, I'm going to give him a big thank you. So this is coming from Germany. This is coming from, see, I don't use Bricklink a lot, so buyer information, seller information, Magic Magnus. He's got 60,000 feedback, 60,551 feedback. I've heard of him before. I've actually ordered from him before in the past. I can almost guarantee he's not watching these videos. I can almost guarantee it. So, but that is spectacularly awesome. My only issue now is for my reconstitution of one of the Galaxy Explorers out in that I put back in the storage is missing one right-hand door, and I have to go through my bin of Galaxy Explorers and figure out which one is missing the door. Now I have to go find it. So that's gonna be fun, because I don't think it's in here. I don't think it's the one I have up here. So that is a fantastic Bricklink order. It was a fantastic thing. Let me just grab my grays right now. I actually don't, because I ran out of them. I don't even have a spot for them, so I'm gonna have to figure out to make a spot for them in here. So I will do that off screen, because now I have to condense something. So I cannot even put them into the bin, because I do not have a spot to put these into my modified plate bin. So that's my next step. But these are gonna go into a new visor bag, which, I mean, he just sent me one. That's fantastic. I'll put them in here for now, so I don't lose them. They can go back in here. So Magic Magnus, just absolutely fantastic. And again, 60,000 feedback. You can't go wrong with that. That's a nice number. And I would imagine it's going to tell me, if I look at his feedback score, the percentages of praise, 60,000 praises, 55 neutrals, and 9 complaints. 55 neutrals and 9 complaints out of 60,000 orders. I can guarantee if I had a Bricklink store, my first order to be a complaint. That's just what's going to happen to me. That was fun. So in the end, I do love Bricklink. I do love the sellers, most of the sellers on Bricklink that I've dealt with over the years. I personally have not had a bad experience yet. Every order I've placed, I've got, there was a couple that were not sent to me in a reasonable time. But then again, their store said they ship once a week or once a month, whatever. So I wasn't not expecting it for a quick turnover. And again, I'm a patient guy. I didn't get it the very next day. This one I ordered on April 24th. If I go back here and look at it, I ordered this one on April 24th, and 8 days later, it's in my mailbox from Germany. I'm not going to complain about that at all. So I'm going to leave him high praise for his wonderful tardiness and getting me these doors. So I now have 15 and 15. Of course, now I'm going to have 14 and 15, because when I restore that Galaxy Explorer in the garage, I'm going to have one leftover left side door. I'm not going to lose any sleep over that one. And I'm going to say this. These things are light gray, and we all know light gray and how old that is, not light blay. Some people are now just saying light gray when they're talking about light blay, because they only deal in new pieces. But I'm looking at these light gray doors, 15 of them. And again, you can't help it, but these ones are all remarkably non-yellow. There's some slight yellowing there and there maybe, but they're not yellowed. If I look at my left-hand doors, that I just have a few over here, because I got the rest over there, you can see that I have a few more darker yellowed. That one there, right there, than the one he sent me. So again, I'm perfectly happy with that. I don't know. I think the doors are back into the door bin. More over here. That's 14. All 15 doors. Let's look at that before it falls apart. 15 left-hand doors, 15 right-hand doors. Again, I don't know how, again, I do know how, but I don't know how it happens where I collected all these used lots over the years, and I got 15 extra left-hand doors and 0 right-hand doors after I started reconstituting all my sets. Now that I know there's one Galaxy Explorer, when I did my little video, if you guys are following me on TikTok, or even here, because I think I'm uploading them here too, I'm making these nice little shorts of Galaxy Explorers and 918s, 924s, and now 6980s. I'm having fun with it. I really am. But since I got all those lots, all those sets, except for the 918, well, I got one for my Christmas one time, but the rest I got in used lots. The 928s I only got in used lots. I never bought a Galaxy Explorer new. But I did acquire. I kept that. You saw me in the last year or two getting 3 or 4 more Galaxy Explorers, and so I have 10. It's right now. So that I kept on getting all those lots of 924s, 928s, 918s, and they all have. Oh, the 924 doesn't, but they all the 918s and 928s have these gray doors on them. How I got 15 extra left-handed ones. To me, that was an oddity. Like I every once in a while I'll make a stack of a mirrored piece like that, and I have like a differentiation of like 3 or 4, like my wing plates. I have a differentiation of 3 or 4, not 15. 15 seems like an outrageously high number to have a random differentiation between right-hand doors and left-hand doors. Because again, if you think you're acquiring lots and they're going to lose pieces, why would they lose right-hand doors only? Right? Because it makes no sense, right? If this lot was missing both doors, this lot was maybe missing a left-hand door, this lot was missing a right-hand door, you think that would even out after a while. That'd be 1 or 2 differential between left and right. I had 15 differential. I had 15 left-hand doors and 0 right-hand doors after all my repurposing. That seemed a little bit odd to me. But anyway, I think I got my point across, and I keep on mentioning things over and over again. As I keep on getting these mail calls, which I think I would imagine I'm going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got 5 more to go. I think they're going to become more interesting because those ones are going to be fixing specific sets that I have here, and some other sets that are in storage right now. I do believe I have an FX Star Patroller that has a black rocket engine on the wing instead of the gray one. I ordered some gray ones to replace those, and so I'm gonna have to go digging for that. And I also, sorry, I want to mention this. I also, in my cleaning up here, I found 4 more 924 bricks, LL 924 bricks, and I was short the tails, the light gray tails. As we found out when I was reconstituting, you'll notice that I substituted some white tails for the gray ones. And so I ordered enough tails to finish the ones that I have white on them now. I also ordered, I hope I ordered enough to make 2 more LL 924s, which will bring me up to 9. But, and I think I have all the other pieces here. So I'm going to be reconstituting hopefully 2 more LL 924s when I get those parts in. I also ordered the rocket cone, not the cone, but the 2x2 round brick with the rocket fins on it. I ordered a bunch of those for my robot command centers that I talked about, that I have the white ones there right now. So I got those coming in. I got some trans red antennas, as we keep on talking about since I've been reconstituting. What I did not order at all, and I might have been short, is the trans yellow antenna, because the trans yellow antennas are stupid expensive. The other thing I did not order at all, until I really want to, is the 2x2 yellow tile with the black stripes on it for my, I think, 2 or 3 of my Renegades that I just substituted white tiles there. 2 of my 3 Renegades are incomplete, and I just put the white tiles instead of the yellow tiles with the black stripes, because those things are exceedingly rare, and those things are almost as expensive as the trans yellow quarter dome, and I'm not paying the money for a trans yellow quarter dome. There's no way I'm paying that for a 2x2 tile. I'm not doing it. I'm putting my foot down. Now again, as I talk about it, and I'm sending these words out to the universe, as I mentioned when I got this, and this thing came with trans red antennas just a week ago. 2 weeks ago when I reconstituted, I go, oh, look, more trans-red antennas. Not enough, but at least it came with some. That every time I say something, within a couple weeks, I get another lot with those pieces in it. Now, I've been asking for trans yellow antennas for a while, and they haven't shown up yet. But again, not that I really need them at this point. But anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's all. I had fun with this. That was a good mail call. I'm very happy with that. And then my tirade about Bricklink and the people posting thereof. If you are going to go on a rant, and I have to follow this advice too, because I don't. If you're going to go on a rant, then go on a rant. Say rant's going to happen, and I usually try to say it in my title if I'm going to go off on a rant. But if I'm looking to ask, because again, I love the people who watch these videos of mine, because sometimes I'll say something and I'll say, I can't remember right off the top of my head right now, but I'll say something and I'll get some extremely thoroughly helpful suggestions from the viewing audience, shall we say, friends of this channel, and I adore that, and I will actually, take it to heart. I might not actually physically follow through whatever they said, but I take it to heart that it was meant to come towards me as a from a friend to a friend, and that's exactly how I take it. And I don't mind banter, and I don't mind cajoling, and I don't mind the occasional sarcasm. My friends who know me in real life, I can be very sarcastic. And very flippant. I try not to be on this channel because I'm talking to an audience, a general audience who don't really know who I am and what my sense of humor is like. But I am a big fan of when friends are really close friends, that you can say stuff and get away with it that would offend strangers. It's how my friends and I conduct our affairs over the years when we get together. That there are no holds barred in any conversation with a close friend. Here it's different because again, it's a general audience, and I can't talk about frivolous stuff, and I do talk about explicit stuff and blah blah, because it's a general audience, and you guys, some of you might be whatever, but when it comes to like hanging out or whatever, going for coffee, like my friends and I have talked about literally almost every topic that people can possibly talk about, and there's nothing that is held back. And we pick on each other, we ridicule one another. We are shameless in our ridicule of each other, because that's what makes friendships work. In some cases, I don't want the sunny day friends that are never there when the storms are on the horizon. So we do have our rough moments and our rough conversations and our deep in-depth conversations about life, universe, and everything, shall we say. 42. But in the end, that's how I want it to be, right? And so I do not get easily offended personally. And again, with the neighbors and everything else, you'd have to work pretty hard. Somebody would have to work pretty hard to say something that would make me offended. I do not offend easily when it comes to sticks and stones and names will never hurt me kind of thing. I will if it's done in anger, or if it's done in malcontentedness, if it's done to bring down the other person, then I will not necessarily take offense personally, but I will think less of the person saying it. That's pretty easy. If you're going to insult my friends and are malicious about it, maliciousness gets nowhere with me. Maliciousness, like true malevolent maliciousness, does not fly with me at all. When you attack somebody deliberately and maliciously, you are a bitter enemy of mine. So I don't like any maliciousness. I love banter. I love biting banter. I love ridicule sometimes. I love ridicule sometimes, but as long as it's not malicious, malicious in intent, malicious in scope, malicious in presentation, no thanks. Not remotely interested in that. Being mean for the sake of being mean because you don't like somebody. Like what we had next door for 8 years was just being mean for the sake of being mean. There was no rhyme or reason behind it. As I wrote in my book, there was absolutely anybody could live here. Gandhi could have lived here. Mother Teresa, which is illustrated, could have lived here, and they would have started attacking them because that's who they were. They just need to lash out at people that are better than them, and they showed that. So, like, I'm not a psychologist again. I'm not remotely a psychologist, but their attacks, they're in the end, sound and fury signifying nothing. Shakespeare would say, attacks on us over the 8 years. Since I am not a malicious person, and I don't need to tear other people down to bring myself up. I never wanted to do that in my life, and I do not have a biting, sarcastic wit about me to have the comeback like that. So like some of my friends will have a comeback when somebody says something biting at them. I'm not that person. I've never been that person. I've never been quick on the draw with a great comeback. Every once in a while I'll let out a zinger. My friends love, but that's few and far between, because I don't have the mind capacity myself to come up with something so quick on the fly. I would never be a good stand-up comedian. I would never be able to take on a heckler. I would never be able to do any of that, because my mind is thought, like lots of thoughts and working out and lots of tangents, as we keep on finding out. And so I go down many, many pathways. If I'm having a conflict with somebody, I have 1,000 conversations in my head before I actually talk to them about it. What if I say this? What if I do that? What if I have, no matter what it is, my mind overworks. It really does. And starts thinking about X, Y, and Z, and A, B, and C, and then X, Y, and Y, Z, and whatever. I just keep on going over scenarios in my head. And then usually life does not follow any of those scenarios, and life goes on. But I do not have a witty, backhanded compliments or backhanded retorts to that kind of stuff. I know with my friends it's a little different, because we have such a history that whenever our friends say something, I can't be right there because we have a history. Oh yeah, what about X? And then we all laugh. What about the time you did Y? Because we lived it, right? But to complete strangers, yeah, that doesn't fly, because again, you don't know who I am. You don't. I don't think I have a malicious bone in my body towards anybody, but I don't want to say something that would be construed as malicious. So I have to think about it and ruminate, pontificate, and then here's an answer. here's a rebuttal. That's who I am. I'm better at written that stuff. Like, as I said, that person said something today about Bricklink, and everybody was piling on to help him, and he was writing all these, I thought, mean and not appreciating the people who were trying to help him because he asked for it. And so I wrote like 3 paragraphs, and I was like furiously writing, and I said, ooh, that's a good answer, because I'm good at writing it. I'm not good at saying it. So that's what I do. This is why I wrote the book, and this is why I was the editor of the school paper, and this is why I liked writing articles for the newspaper when I was younger, and blah, blah. I'm much better at the clear concepts on paper than I am obviously talking about it, as you can tell from these videos. Anyway, 38 minutes. I'm going to actually not go to an hour. I'm going to go find a Galaxy S4 that needs a door. I might make a video. I might not make a video. But I will definitely make a video when I get the next package in the mail. So that's it. That's all. Everybody out there, stay safe. Hope everybody's doing well. I had a fantastic day off today, and a lot of happiness today with the family. And so that's all you need to know. You guys all take care. Bye.